Jesus appears to Thomas, John chapter 20, beginning to read verse 24. Now Thomas, called Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We've seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nails in his hands and put my finger where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I'll not believe it." A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your fingers here, see my hands, reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Thanks be to God for his word. Well, what is the opposite of belief or trust? Doubt or disbelief? Despair or hope? My glass is half full, not half empty. I trust my God, I do not doubt, and I am full of hope. COVID-19 has come to pass, and we're all praying it will pass over our village and our loved ones, wherever they are. Every now and again, there appears to be a glimmer of hope as someone comes out of hospital and is alive, and we see pictures of nursing staff clapping them as they leave the ward. How are you feeling about your own small world now, at the moment? Are you getting the provisions you need? Are you getting visits by telephone or Zoom chats? Are your spirits lifted by what you hear from friends and family? Are you fed up because nobody's calling you? Well, pick up the phone and phone yourself. If you're lonely, be proactive. Go to life. It doesn't come to you. Had a few lovely surprises today. 1 dozen cream roses arrived from my son and daughter-in-law, reminding me they were thinking of me. Had a surprise visit from my daughter and granddaughters as well. A lovely neighbour gave me an Easter egg, as she'd been able to get quite a few because they'd been reduced, and she wanted to give me one. Naughty but nice. What unexpected surprises and joy. When I went on my walk this morning, I saw the corn, instead of looking greyish green and not alive, it was now standing proud because we'd had some rain. God was renewing his world again. All these things raise my spirits. I watched our service from St John's yesterday and saw Tim walking round the church on the outside, and I thought about all the happy services we'd had inside, and I thought about the happy services we're having now, in virtual service. And then we sang the hymn, "All is well with my soul." During that service, it was lovely to hear it, and it was also the second time I'd heard it that day. And I thought for a moment, yes, all is well, and the Lord is with us. The devil delights in filling our heads with doubt and despondency, making us think our glass is half empty rather than half full. A few weeks ago, the bushes and trees in my garden looked awful. They were dry, and the gooseberries looked grey and horrible, and I thought they were never going to come into bud. But now, they're full of leaf. It's lovely, and there are flowers on it. And the trees have blossomed, the pear tree, the plum tree, the cherry tree and the apple trees. It's marvellous. The rhubarb is calling to be used as well. Decisions. Do I just stew it with my apple and blackcurrant cordial? It's sugar-free, so I don't have to buy sugar. Do I make chutney or rhubarb and ginger jam? Or do I really have time to do this anyway, as I'm now being asked to homeschool my granddaughters most mornings? Like many other families, my daughter and son-in-law are working from home, and have got to make lots of video calls and phone calls and things like this, and then write reports on them. Well, it's not easy working from home. And it's not easy working from home when you've got children to school as well. Well, thanks to modern technology, yes, I've been asked to homeschool. And I'm going to do it now most mornings. So I'm brushing off the cobwebs and teaching year 5 and 6 all over again. 16 years ago since I did it. But it's useful. It's a bit like my granny's and mum's recipe books, you know. Full of wartime things, like baking powder rolls and mock cream and egg-free cakes. And the marvellous cleaning power of vinegar and bicarbonate of soda and lemon juice. You see, my stock cupboard is not just for food now, but it's for cleaning materials as well. See, knowledge is never wasted. Sometimes it's good to draw from things from the past, you know. Well, what on earth has all this got to do with doubt and disbelief? Well, come on, folks. Stop feeling useless because you're in lockdown and you can't get out. I'm in lockdown as well and I live alone. But be positive. You see, we've all got a wealth of answered prayers. Stop and think. Go down memory lane. See how many times over the years you've called on God and recall how he's answered your prayers and how he came to your rescue. That wonderful drug you were given, or the operation that gave you back your life, a new job after redundancy, started you off. Just keep remembering and remind yourself. Remind yourself constantly how you've been helped in the past by our great and marvellous God. Write it down to remind yourself as well, because we all forget things these days. Support each other and the youngsters by telling them how God has miraculously answered your prayers in the most unexpected ways over your lifetime and now as well. How you came through with his help and how he will help them if they trust him. You see, it's our job to pass these things on. How dare we keep them to ourselves? Don't allow the devil to deceive you or those around you by making you fearful and doubt about the future. Thomas doubted, just like us. But then, you see, Jesus came to him, just like he comes to us, if we'll allow him to. Then, you see, it's all well when that happens. The love of Jesus, you see, casts away all fear. All is well with our souls. Our God isn't asleep and hasn't forgotten us. Just look at how he is renewing nature. In primary school as a child, I used to sing, "Begone dull care, I prithee begone from me. Begone dull care, you and I shall never agree." So, let us all have smiling faces as Jesus shines through each of us each day, as we praise God and as we count our blessings. God bless you all. Keep praising. Amen.